Welcome in. I'm Stacy from SheClicksBricks.com. A big thanks to Lumibricks for sending us this stunning Alpine Observatory. It is set number L9091, contains 2,437 pieces, 13 LED lights, and a number of printed elements that are out of this world. There's also 4 minifigs that are ready for research and explore. Please take a moment to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. We are Lumibricks and Amazon affiliates, so all links or promotions will be in the description of this video. Now, it's time to find out if the Alpine Observatory is exploration ready or is it just a black hole? We have 4 minifigs with this set, and I think 4 is a good number, honestly. Not too much diversity for gender or ethnicity, but they're all dressed very different. Our first guy on the end with gray hair and glasses and a sweater over his shirt. The next guy, he is all bundled up. He's got some gloves on, really nice detail in the print on top of him, and I love that fuzzy hat. The next guy's got a plaid shirt. See the white t-shirt underneath. Lots of scruff on his face. I like that, with his curly hair. And the next guy looks like he's dressed for climbing the mountain. You can see the straps on the top of his torso, and he's got a helmet on. The printed details really do continue on the back. The guy on the left in the yellow, it looks like he's got some rescue gear attached to him, which is a really nice detail. See the back of the plaid shirt on this guy. The back of his winter jacket on this guy, and the back of the hat, and the details continue from his sweater here. Really well done. Take a look at the outside details of this set. There are so many, starting with the base. It's on a base of snow, which is so well detailed with the angles and everything. Then we have the rock facing that is also snow-capped. These clear windows are beautiful for our research and office area on our first floor, right in there. Over on the other side here, we have this bird. This is on a flexible tubing, and this is also on a hinge piece, so it can go up or down. We've got our first light there, and then up on the second floor is our control and monitoring area. Also see right through there. We've got a deck over here with some printed pieces. And then over on this side, we have a telescope and another light on the outside and our satellite. And then the very top is our rotatable and openable telescope. So this will turn and this will open. And we'll get into some of those details in a few minutes. Turned it to the side so that we can take a look at this side here. The battery box is actually built right into this. Can you see where it is? There's a handle here, and this pulls out, and then the whole piece comes out with the battery box on it. So it's nicely hidden. Now the power button is in here, so you have to reach around. These pieces here are meant to keep the wires down, but I do find that they catch on the edge a little bit. And you're trying to put it in. See, it kind of hits there, so I just got to push it in and slide it a little bit. So it's a bit of a pain, but it works. Then we have a printed piece up here on the top. That's actually a loose piece, but a better view of the deck. There's a door there, and then we have the side of the telescope. Now around to the back. There is so much detail here. It's really hard to believe it's the back. Lots more rock facing, and we actually have stairs that are built right into the rocks. Don't even know you're building stairs when you build them. Leads up to this door with nice printed pieces above. And then we have the real stairs, which are really well done, up to the back of the control area where we have a window and an AC unit, and then takes us up top to the back of the telescope. So this is the battery box for the telescope. It takes 2 CR2032 batteries. And I didn't mention that the batteries in the other battery box actually take 3 AAAs. So like I said, there's so many details here for the back. It actually could be the front if you want. This telescope does rotate, so you can just turn this right around, and now it looks like the front of your set. So this is the last side. We saw a little bit of it when we showed it the front because of the rounded design. But seeing inside here, we could see the desk lamp right through the window. Up to this deck here, we have our satellite dish and a smaller handheld telescope and a ladder and our light and a nice printed piece that gives us the weather, which is really neat. And then we have the other side of the telescope on the top. Take a look at the ground floor so we can see all the details inside. Right away, we've got our battery box right here, well hidden. I'm going to turn this around to the back because this is interesting. We've got a handle right here. And if you just lift on that a little bit, this whole piece comes off. We'll take a look at this piece in a little bit. But there is hinge or clips in here built right into the set that allow it to snap on. Really nice details in here. We've got a door in the back, and it is printed. There's no light back there, but that's because the battery box is right behind it, so there's not much room. We have our connector to have the lights connect to the second floor. Start of our stairs, and a chair and a little work area. And we have another door here that leads over to our bunk beds, which are so cute. On the wall, we've got a rocket with some lights around it and another telescope and a desk area here. Printed piece and a cup. Really cute little rest area. So this is our rock-facing piece that comes off that our stairs are built into. We turn it around. These are the clips that clip into the side of it, but we've also got some details in here. There's a little solar system and a rocket in there built right into this piece. So to put this back on, I just slide this in, line it up with these hooks, and it snaps right back on. This is our first floor, which is office space and research area. And I'll open the back. On this back wall, we actually have the Big Bang model. That is actually not just printed, but it's also a light. I'll show you that shining up nice and bright in a bit. Inside, we have our rotating planetary model, which is really neat. Got a coffee maker in the corner and a rocket. Nice bookshelf on the back wall. And in the corner, we've got our desk. We've got two actual chairs and computer areas, nice U-shaped desk, and we have a desk lamp. Those printed pieces for the monitors are really well done. And we'll get this onto the ground floor. We have our connector here and underneath. So we just line those up and snap it in, and we have lights. Look at that Big Bang model. Our second floor, our control and monitoring area. Just going to spin this around because this back wall comes right off, just as on studs there. And look, here's printed pieces here. We have our emergency shutoff and some windows built right in. And then on the inside, there is also a ton of details. Look at all those monitors, the printed pieces, all really well connected together. We have our desk with our printed keyboard and mouse. This office chair, really cute. I'm not sure I built an office chair like that before. The printed piece in the back is the life of a star. And then over here, we have a printed globe piece, which is actually a light, and some more details here for the observatory machinery. Not sure what it is, but really well laid out. The bottom of the second floor, there is a beautiful light. It's a printed piece, and it actually has light strips on the inside in here. And here is the connection. So when you connect it to that first floor, it lights up very beautifully. So back to the rest of the set so we can get this second floor on. I find it's easier from the back just to line up. Put that on. And then it actually connects at this support as well, just to make it more sturdy. And then here are our lights. The little globe lights up. So this is our telescope. We've already taken a look at the outside, so let's take a look at the inside. This bends back and this bends down, and then we have our telescope there. So in behind the telescope are these cartridges that just you can slide in. They're interchangeable, so there's 5 of them in total. It comes with 1 in it, and then you have 4 extra ones. They do come in this bag, and it says don't expose them to light. Keep them in this bag when you're not using them. So that's an important tip. In behind there is also a light as well to light up that little area. So I'm going to turn the light on by the switch on the battery back at the back. So we can see the blue light there at the bottom. It does light up that area, and then the light from the actual telescope. Now I said there are 5, so we're going to turn the lights out and show you each of them, but I haven't found an easy way to actually change those cartridges. This does come out a little bit and move up and down for positioning, but you do have to take this front piece off to get to where the slot for the cartridge in the back. This is our first one. The colors are so beautiful, and this is really neat. But I noticed a little bit of like a blue light leakage in the middle there. So now that I showed you the first one, I'm going to show you how I'm going to change there, what I'm going to do to change this. And if you have a better way, just let me know in the comments. I just pulled this top piece out, and then this will come apart. And this little tab is what pulls out to take one out, and you just put it back into that spot. Investigated a little further with that blue light leakage that we had. So when I look inside, there is a yellow telescope in there. That's blocking one side of the blue light. So what I decided to do was block the other side on the left there. I have a 1x4 that's covering it. There wasn't enough room to get my finger in for a 1x1, so we used a 1x4. But look at this. This one is absolutely gorgeous, and that blue leakage is completely gone. So not saying it's going to happen to you, but if it does, I hope this fix works as well. This is the next one. Really different design. I can't wait to see how this looks on camera. This one is really interesting. I think I see the Big Dipper there. This one is beautiful with all the color in the middle and then the different color stars all around. All right, now let's put the telescope on to the top level. And I love how easy this one is to go on. Now that it's all back together, I've taken all the backs off or opened the back doors. And we can really take a good look at each floor and the lights. And the ceiling on that second floor. And our Big Bang, nice glow. And the globe on that floor. Really, really pretty. You've seen it in the light. Let's take a look in the dark. From the white base using interesting techniques to achieve the look of snow, to the telescope at the top that rotates 360 degrees and projects a magical galaxy, this set is so unique. It's not a small set. It's approximately 10.5 by 12 by 15.5 inches. The lower battery box is well hidden, and although it's a great idea, it doesn't slide in and out as smooth as I would expect it, and it's a bit awkward to get to the power button. If you want to use a battery bank instead, there are 2 USBs included to power both the main set and the telescope, so you do have choices there. I will be honest, space is not really my thing, but I still really enjoyed this build. So if you are a space fanatic, you are in for a treat. We brought in the Lego lighthouse on the left. Hopefully you can hear me over that motor. I forgot how loud it is. And then on the right is the Lumibricks ski lodge. So it should give you a good idea of size comparison and maybe theme. Look at the lights out, the galaxy on the wall. And we've got the Vineyard Estates peeking through a little bit on the side as well. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe on your way out. And until next time, keep clicking those bricks.